Hi, it's TK, the Gentleman Gardener, and today we're talking about figs. Figs, oh figs, oh figs. Absolutely one of my favorite fruits in the whole world, and probably the oldest fruit cultivated by man. If you go back anywhere, no matter what written history you're going to look at, you're going to find figs talked about. You're going to find them talked about being cultivated. And today we're going to talk about how you may be able to pull it off hydroponically. Today we're going to talk about those mission figs, and hydroponic growth of figs and fig trees is not a very common thing. Not historically, obviously, how it was done. And really not something that you'll see a lot about online. So what I started with at most, like many fruit trees, or most fruit trees actually in the world, you start with a cutting or a something that you're going to graft. And what I have here is a fig tree, mission fig tree, cutting from California that I was able to get. Had someone ship it to me, and he shipped it to me just like what you see here. It was wrapped in a paper towel. The end was wet, and then now we'll talk about how you might be able to prep it for hydroponic growth. So the first thing I do is actually I take a knife and I carve off at the end. You'll notice here, I'll bring it in nice and close for you here. You'll notice a lot of carving off. So I'm taking off a lot of the bark at the end. I'll take off a layer right at the bottom that I'm going to plant. And what you're trying to do there is I'm trying to get that root growth going out of there. So getting it past the bark level, I just found that makes things speed up on the root growth. Then I'm going to take a piece of rock wool. I dip this piece of rock wool into my hydroponic solution, and I use a normal hydroponic 6 pH solution. Nothing special about this. And I've dipped it, get it all soaked, and then I'm going to put this all around my fig branch that I've got, the fig cutting. Then I'm going to take a 3-inch cup, and what you're really trying to do here is create an environment that is going to be mostly dry, just enough moisture to get that root growth going. And so I'm filling up the cup right now. You'll see right here, got it pretty full. I just want it nice and sturdy. Then I'm taking over here, I've got an almond milk container. I've cut off the top so that it'll easily fit my 3-inch cup in there. So my 3-inch cup is in. And what I've done is I've taken an air hose and I put an air hose. And so the water line is right below the cup at this point. If you would look inside, you're going to see that the water line's right about there in the almond milk container that I'm using as a vessel. And the cup's going to sit there, so it's right below the bottom. And by having the air hose in, and I've got a little simple pump, once again cheap, couple bucks that you can probably get it used for a couple dollars. What I'm trying to do is just get a misting going up, so the air will bubble just enough so that there's a mist of solution that's hitting the bottom of that cup. And that's really all I'm trying to accomplish. I don't want to get it wet. Figs generally like dry, clean soil. So if you're trying to do something hydroponically, you want enough moisture for that root growth, but you don't want it to sit in the water. So that's what we have, and that's what I'm simulating here. The hope is in about 2 or 3 weeks, we're going to see some root growth. We're going to see some root growth starting to come through the bottom of that cup. And we'll be off to the races. We'll probably get a little growth at the top as well. So we'll do an update in a couple weeks. But really simple, very inexpensive. Once again, use things that I'm using around the house anyway, and using normal hydroponic solution at this point. I hope this episode about mission figs made you really think about what you're growing in your hydroponic garden. One of the great things, really great things about gardening is that you try things out. It's about science. It's about experimenting. Don't worry if it doesn't work. We try it again. Everybody does tomatoes and peppers and lettuce, and that's wonderful. try to go outside your bounds. Think about growing something like a fig tree. I think you'll find that you're going to be successful. Have a great week, and this was the Gentleman Gardener.